Check. Hello. Hi.
I'm not gonna talk out loud.
You guys ready?
That's good. I mean, I guess.
We're
a little nervous.
We're gonna do this. Don't be nervous. Do we all have our notes out of things?
I don't know.
Look at this.
Did you see Jojo Rabbit?
No.
Yeah. No.
We're gonna talk about this. How was I gonna start? I practiced this in the car. Hey guys, so welcome to my video. I'm gonna be telling you about the movies this year, and so like, subscribe.
Smash that like button.
Ring that bell. Every video ever starts the same, so I just hate it. It's Mr. Vista. Welcome back. I am excited for this episode because I've got two good friends of mine who are joining us. This is Brady Clifton.
Hey.
And Tori Suarez.
Hello.
Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining us. They're both also movie lovers,
yes,
like me, and so
cinephiles, if you will.
Cinephile. I don't like saying that word.
I don't either.
I'm fine.
You're like, I regret it.
No, I am completely fine with it. I know I hold my opinion higher than I probably should.
All right, cinephile it is. You be the judge. That's what this video is about. You be the judge of him.
That's what we're doing.
That's
here.
what it is.
Oh,
this is
you
not
got
movies. Anyway, I'm excited to have them out. We're gonna talk about something I've been eager to do this episode because we're gonna talk about 2019 in film. So kind of a really broad, exciting topic. We've all got our notes out because we've been keeping track of things all year.
All year.
For sure.
All year. So in 2018, I was inspired by your brother, Josh, so I don't know how long Josh has been doing this, but he had been every year keeping a list of the movies coming out that year that he's seen and ranked them. And I loved that idea. So that was in 2018. I was like, I'm going to do it for 2019. And I did it. I saw 60 movies in 2019, released in 2019. And there's still, I have my list. I have 18 more that I haven't seen that I want to see. So it's like, going through the list of movies, I was like, there's a lot more movies that come out in a year than I remember. And then I'm also like, how much time did I just put into a year in movies? And that's just movies released in 2019, not just movies I watched. Anyway, we're going to talk about 2019 in film. So the Oscars were just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
2 days ago. And so we'll kind of talk about some of those. Real quick, I want to shout out to Be Real Podcast. Frank Ortega, one of my best friends, is letting us use his microphone. So Frank, thank you.
They're nice microphones.
They are nice. And go check out his podcast. It's Be Real Podcast. It's like real people's real stories. It's really inspiring, challenging. It's really good. So
Sounds
go
fake.
Check it out. It's not fake. It's really, you can talk to Frank about
Be
that.
real.
Be the judge. Also, shout out to Brady and his brother Josh have their own podcast.
Yes,
you guys still do it, right?
We do. We're actually are in a rebranding thing right now. So it's been called the Movie Brothers Podcast for a long time.
Movie Brothers
for about
Podcast.
2 years.
Yeah.
It's Movie Brothers Podcast, period. We've been doing it for a long time.
Got it.
Yeah, it's not Movie Brothers
Punctuation
Podcast
there.
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, need maybe long time. And now we're in the process of changing it to Honey Gold Film Club.
Oh, yes. Honey Gold.
So like that Honey Gold
Josh's ongoing branding.
Yes, it's our global branding that we do for our record label, for our studio recording sessions, pretty much everything across it. Is Honey Gold Company.
Yeah.
Hogoko, we call it Hogoko.
Got it.
Company.
Got it.
But and underneath that we have multiple podcasts.
Yeah.
And that was a weird S thing I just did.
Sorry, you're fine.
Multiple podcasts, and this is going to be we're going to rebrand it. That way, it's a little difficult whenever it's whenever it's Movie Brothers because you feel like both brothers have to be there.
Yes, and you're locked in.
And we're locked in
movies
that
and
we
stuff.
have to do it.
Yeah.
And so Honey Gold Film Club is going to be capable where at least me or him will probably be doing it.
Nice.
But the whole, we'll be able to do it more regularly.
That's
and
awesome.
On a better schedule. And a bigger branch, a bigger umbrella for it that we can cover. So
be on the lookout for Honey Gold Film Club.
yes, and it is on Instagram now.
There you go.
So
check it out. And you guys dig into movies basically.
Oh, yeah.
Just discuss right after they see a movie, they'll discuss it. So.
I think it was the year before last, 2018. We did 28 movies in 28 days.
Oh, yes.
Every single day in February, not March.
Hashtag
February.
Movie Pass.
Yeah.
Hashtag RIP.
We're the reason that they're out of business.
That's
we saw
incredible.
so many movies.
Wow.
I think last year or in the year before last, 2018, we saw 70 some odd movies. 80, I think, and it got tough. We had to go find some, especially during February. Had to go find some weird things that we never even heard of, and we took some liberties there to be able to work around. We're like, cool. I've never seen the two before this. We're jumping into number 3.
Jumping in. That's fun.
Yeah,
That's
that was
awesome.
a good time.
So check out Honey Gold Film Club. Tori, you got any shameless plugs?
Nothing.
Cool. Check her out on Instagram. She's there.
Find her.
I'm there.
Find her. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I've got the list of Oscar winners and nominatees. The noms. And, okay, we won't go through all of them, but I want to start us off here. So, let's start with Best Picture. So, at the Oscars, the Academy Awards, nominations were Ford vs. Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite.
Yeah.
And the winner was Parasite.
Always true.
Tori's a huge fan.
I'm such a
Yeah.
Tori, why do you, so you agree with Best Picture being Parasite?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's like nothing I've ever seen before.
Okay.
I think I said that like to you a million times, but like the way like you mixed up like the genres of like almost kind of.
It was multi-genre.
Yeah, it was so like unique to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
And the cinematography too,
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
dude.
Like the scene, the first thing that came to mind was when at the very end. By the way, this is all spoilers, so don't watch this if you haven't seen it.
Skip ahead.
The scene at the end after when he's running away, when it's like the bird's eye view in slow mo. We talked about it. We saw it together. Yeah, that was incredible.
Yeah.
Like whenever he's walking away and like you see him cross kind of awkwardly and everything because he's like so disoriented and he moves weirdly to the side and you see his shadow crossing into like the way he's like in the light and he steps into the shadow.
Yeah.
As is happening.
Like,
Like
that
there's
was on
so much
purpose.
like absolutely. It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
I think about the scene where they're all hiding underneath the coffee table.
Yeah.
And the way that
I just got anxiety.
was the most intense thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. It was also, I think I liked that it could have been really hokey because, you know, they could have all been like giggling and laughing and like things, but like, no, it was like a really serious, scary.
Like imagine.
Yeah, like you're actually there. Don't move. Don't make a sound. You need
Don't
to stay here
breathe.
for about 6
Yeah.
hours and then you can leave.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
We talked about this. We should have recorded us talking about it
Oh,
after.
for sure. That always happens.
What was I noticed, this is like a small thing in the sense
yeah.
of storytelling and cinematography. So the blinking light was a huge thing once you realize it at the end that the guy underneath the house was flicking the light to do Morse code, right? And then the father. There was a scene when it was cutting between the home that they were sitting in and then their actual house or their apartment or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Their basement.
in their basement, there was a light flickering.
No.
And I'm like, is there some secret
I
SOS
wanna know
message going
for
on?
sure.
So I need to go back and watch it.
I need to go back and watch it too. I didn't see it since
Yeah.
last summer.
So I would say this: if you've seen it, go watch it again.
Yeah.
Or if
Yeah.
you haven't seen it, it's worth watching more
There's
than once.
so many little nuggets in there
Yeah.
that are so beautiful. Because I saw it once before, and then me and you
Yeah,
went
we
and saw
saw
it
it.
again.
Yes.
Literally a couple days later, me and you went and to see it. And and just knowing things, like it's always like you can see the foreshadowing. You see a certain thing. Like there's one moment where the dad is coming up the stairs and the lights just come on.
Yes.
And,
Yes, yeah.
and then
Before you know
afterwards you
anything.
find out it's like, he's doing this, and you don't even notice it before. Like, oh my gosh, it's so great.
Oh man, I told Brady that a lot of Americans I don't think are going to watch it because it's foreign. Just naturally, like I wasn't initially pulled to it until everybody was saying how good it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, they need to remake it in an American version so that people will see because it's such a good story.
Yeah.
But you can't do it again.
You can't do that.
Someone will remake
so
it and it'll be
against
horrible.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I had an idea. No, I can't. The whole Indiana thing or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I won't even worry about that.
No, but I mean, they actually talked about it for a little bit about like, oh, we could make this in English, and they threw around the idea for a little bit, like right after, because they realized how great it was. But then like it would be do it a disservice.
Maybe
for
like
sure.
in a
Like
decade
cultural
or
things,
something.
though,
Oh,
too,
for sure.
right? So,
You would change. You would have to change it.
Yeah.
What would be cool is if it would be like the Office
Yes.
shows,
Yeah.
Okay.
and you
UK
do the
versus-
same thing, but in the same universe. So it's a different story, but it's the same story.
Yeah.
So it would be what I joked that it would be people living in Chicago talking about
Yeah.
an art teacher in Korea, and that would be like the
Right.
tie or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you said that.
Something like that. So,
That's
but
great.
even so, it's too good to redo. It's so good.
Oh, absolutely.
Any other thoughts?
Bong Joon-ho is so smug about it, and I love it.
He's awesome. His speech at the Oscars was hilarious.
Yeah, and he had like been quoted saying before, he's like, the Academy Awards are just like a local award show. And he goes and sweeps it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sweeps it, and then
whoops.
like the crazy thing is, first time ever foreign film to
Yeah.
win Best Picture.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Ever.
That's incredible. That's how good it is.
In 92 years.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, that was incredible. Brady, do you agree with it being Best Picture at the Oscars?
That is that. Ah, man, it's hard to say.
Let me say this.
Yes. go
Before
ahead.
that, we talked about this before, but I realized, especially doing my list, it is really hard to decipher between favorite and best.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Because my favorite number one movie of the year is not the best movie that came out that year.
That's true.
Right.
So
I'm like, well, how do you judge it? Anyway, go ahead.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that is a super hard thing to do, especially whenever we try to do some stuff like this, like trying to
Right.
be a critic
Unbiased.
that is exactly unbiased and without our opinions. We can use our the experience we've had in films and everything we've seen to critique it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we have to really stand out from it. Like for one example, I love Star Wars.
Yes.
We'll definitely get to that. But as a critic, it's horrible because it's too much fan service.
it's so much.
Right. But if
But
you're a fan,
as a fan,
you got
I
the service.
freaking love it.
Oh,
like if I was just to go purely biased, Star Wars would be one of my favorite films
Yeah,
this year.
absolutely.
But when I actually take myself out of it, like as a little kid that's seen everything Star Wars, read so
Right.
much and everything, and got super nerdy with it. Like then
You can't be unbiased.
once I take that away, I'm like, man, everything was spoon fed, like hand delivered, like anything you wanted to happen was gonna happen.
yeah.
And so doing that and taking myself out of this, it's hard for me. I think Parasite may be the best
The
film
best
of the year.
movie that was made
The
last
other
year.
one for me is Joker, because it's just so the darkness of it and the heaviness of it and the beauty in his turmoil was amazing and so emotional. And the way, and I think even more so, if I just watched the movie, it might not be number one for me. Like they go back and forth, those two.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing some of the behind the scenes stuff, the way that they choreographed it, the way they actually wrote it one way, and then when they got the sheet music and played it, then they changed it to fit the music better. There's so many
crazy.
beautiful
Isn't that
things.
Joker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so Parasite, you didn't realize they were dancing?
You missed the dancing? That's good.
But yeah, so like those two are probably my number one and
Yeah.
two. They go back, they're interchangeable.
Yeah. Ah, man. I think out of this list, I wouldn't, if I was the only one choosing, I wouldn't have chosen Parasite, but I'm not surprised at all.
Right.
And I don't disagree with it. Does that
Right.
make sense?
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't have put Parasite at number one.
Yeah.
But actually, so after we saw it, and then we talked right after, and then the next like 72 hours, I couldn't stop talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
And all the cool things about it. And I was like, oh my God, this movie is better than I
Yeah.
thought. It's phenomenal on
feel
so
you.
many levels. Probably the most astounding thing to me was the multi-genre thing. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of another movie that hit so seamlessly. Not like, oh, why did
Like,
this
there's a
comedy
random
turn
twist,
into...
like at the end or
Yes.
something, but it like fits perfectly.
Yeah, it all fit, and it was
Yeah.
like beautiful. And the fact that they were trying to give a message on
like classism.
yes,
Yeah.
caste system,
Yeah.
classes, different culture, all of that mixed together. It's a freaking great movie.
Oh,
so
It's a great-
I think we
absolutely.
all three highly recommend it.
For
a
sure.
multi-watch movie, which is you can't say that about everything.
No, not at all. I saw it twice.
Yeah.
And
it was amazing both times.
Yeah, both times and everything. And I wanted to see it again. I just haven't had time. I definitely will buy this and have it and watch it every
On
now and then.
DVD.
On DVD, Blu-ray, Edis.
VHS, Beta.
Beta. I already have it on Beta.
We just lost half the audience.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
Roll.
we're going to talk about more movies as we go through because the list that is best that got nominated for Best Picture was also really good.
I have a question real quick
Okay.
about this. Have you both seen every movie on that list? On that Best Pictures?
Yes.
I have not.
I have not either.
There's only one I haven't seen. 1.5.
You slept through half of one?
I didn't finish The Irishman. I started watching it with my wife, and she wasn't into it immediately, but was watching it. And then an hour in, I knew how long it was.
Yeah.
She goes, "How long is this movie?" And I on Netflix you can like see, and she was like, 3 hours. And so I was like, "Yeah, do you want to turn it?" She's like, "Maybe." So we didn't.
That's
We didn't
great.
finish it. And I haven't gone back to finish it.
You're a good husband.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Just say it to the camera.
You're a good you want me to tell them?
No, it's fine.
Okay,
Don't worry.
great.
But yeah,
Awkward.
it's also hard because true stories are not always the most entertaining.
Yeah.
At least like upfront entertainment or like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like
Yeah.
intentional entertainment. It's like we're just telling you a story.
Right.
So it was a phenomenal. The first hour was great.
Yeah.
I loved Chris Rock's comment. I think it was Chris Rock at the Oscars when they opened. He said the first 3 seasons of The Irishman were fantastic. I was like, that's great.
That's funny.
So the only one I didn't see was Jojo Rabbit.
Gosh.
You
I-
both saw it, right?
Yes.
I
Well,
love
she's
that
seen every single one.
I heard it was so good.
I didn't see. I forget what's all in there. I didn't. Ford vs Ferrari. I didn't get to see.
I went twice.
It was
really
great.
that good. I mean, it looked
Also
amazing.
a true story.
Yes.
So less on the entertainment side, but more entertaining than Irishman.
But I don't even care about racing, and I was so
Yeah.
into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get pulled. It's
Yeah.
like, have you ever seen The Legend of Bagger Vance?
Yes.
Do you know what movie I'm talking about?
No, but that
It's so good,
Such a funny
and it
title.
makes you. It really is.
It's,
It makes
golfer.
you love golf,
Okay.
and it's golf.
That's how Ford vs Ferrari is. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That
definitely gotta
one.
watch it.
Little Women was the other one I didn't see.
That is
I-
great.
It was.
I heard it was phenomenal.
It was phenomenal.
I missed the opportunity to go. I mean,
It's probably lower on my list
Still there,
of
but
these
yeah.
movies.
That one.
I'm trying to think what
That one,
else
like,
did
means
I
a lot to
see?
me.
Right.
Yeah.
I've heard that from a lot of people.
Oh,
Yeah.
Marriage Story.
Oh.
That I heard is like heart wrenching.
Yes.
And I want to see that.
It's
So
like
bad.
here's
You're not a fan?
the horrors
No.
of
I could
divorce
That's why I don't understand why it's called Marriage Story.
because it's
Is it
about
getting
the
divorced
failure of
from
their marriage.
The first minute.
It's a really good movie though, but it is dark.
I
Not
couldn't-
dark. It's just really intense and dramatic.
That's
Really?
the twist of it. It's like you go in thinking it's a
Yeah.
marriage story, and right away it's like divorce.
What movie have you seen that gives you the twist at the beginning? That's good. Okay, I wanna keep moving.
Yeah.
So let's go to Best Actress. Nominees. I can't say that word.
Nominee.
Nominees were Cynthia Erivo. Is that how
Yeah.
you pronounce it? Scarlett Johansson, Saoirse.
Scarlett Johansson in.
Oh, Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was nominated for 2 different
Yeah.
awards, 2 different movies,
Okay.
and phenomenal in both, from what I understood. Saoirse Ronan, Little Women, Charlize Theron in Bombshell, Renee Zellweger in Judy, and Cynthia Erivo was in Harriet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't see Harriet.
Oh my god.
I didn't see Bombshell,
I didn't. See,
and I didn't see Judy.
Yeah, I didn't see those movies either.
Really?
Yeah, no.
I saw Judy and Harriet. I didn't get to see Bombshell. I want
So
to.
none of us have seen Bombshell.
No.
Let's just go home.
All right. Well, what kind
the-
of podcast is this?
Just looking at the makeup of
Yeah.
Bombshell, I'm like, they need to. I think she
Oh.
did win. The person who did
Yeah,
Charlize
she
Theron's,
did.
yeah, that's incredible. Okay, so the one who took it was Renee Zellweger in Judy,
Yeah, she did a
and
weird
you're the only one who
speech,
saw Judy.
No, I saw
No,
it.
you
No,
saw
I'm the
Judy,
only one that saw
and
it.
we didn't see Judy.
We didn't see Judy.
Oh my god.
Was she that good?
It was insane.
That
Wow.
story
Like,
is like heartbreaking. Anyway.
Oh,
Really? I don't know anything
absolutely.
about the movie. I know
I mean,
who she is, but
if you've seen the trailer, you've seen some key moments or anything that you don't realize it, and then they set those moments up well.
Wow.
So, and
Yeah.
there's one like towards the end, obviously, like they leave a build up and have a great moment.
Yeah.
And literally, whenever she looks at the camera, looks to the audience, she goes, "You won't forget me, will you? Promise."
Oh my gosh.
And my
Chills.
my
Me
heart,
too.
my heart broke, and I'm like, "Holy crap!"
Whoa.
Like it is
Dang,
such
I
a
need to watch
heavy,
it, man.
because you know the story, roughly the story of
Yeah.
Barely.
I think Judy Garland, like, so She was in Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
I don't know if you knew. Okay.
That was like her first break, wasn't it?
Her big break, yeah. And then she
was like a kid.
And it was like before like all these laws and everything, and pretty much she was a slave to the industry.
Oh dang.
And to the film company, like they said, you can't eat, you can't have fun,
dang.
you can't like you literally eat these pills instead. If you're hungry, take this pill. It'll take care of that.
So her life was like.
Yeah, she was addicted to
thrown
drugs at like 14.
Oh my gosh.
Like, and so like, and then it's her, like it picks up her like in her
later
50s,
on.
I think,
Yeah.
so 50s, 60s, something like that. And it's her trying to be a mom and still try to be relevant because she's a singer. And it's just her dealing with that. Oh my gosh, dude.
That sounds
That
horrible.
ending sounds like it would get so good.
You won't forget me, will you?
You have to
Never,
watch it
Judy.
because
Yeah.
all the stuff that builds to that moment and how all that lays out is heart-wrenching
Sheesh.
and so beautiful.
Wow.
Wait.
Like I was getting emotional just whenever she sang her song, and then then that happens, and I was like, oh my god.
Wow.
So yeah, check it out.
Well,
for sure.
So
Definitely.
based on the fact that we haven't seen a lot of them, what I did see, I don't think so. Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
I feel like I'm saying it weird. Johansson
there you go.
and Saoirse in Little Women. Those are the only two I saw, and I think both of them did phenomenal, but I don't think they were best.
Yeah.
Same.
Even though I haven't seen Judy or Bombshell
for
or Harriet.
out of the ones I saw, it would have been between Renee and Cynthia for Harriet because she killed it in Harriet.
Dang.
Harriet was such a cool movie.
And I didn't realize. So I didn't know much about the movie. I know what it is.
Right.
You don't know about the Underground Railroad?
I do know about it. When she sang, I didn't realize. I thought she wrote the song and was performing it. I didn't realize she was
Yeah,
the actress.
I didn't realize that either.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
She's got some pipes.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
phenomenal singer. And one of the actresses in the movie also, I can't remember who it was. Like she's one of the, like she was never in slavery. She was born free and everything,
Yeah.
and she's like in upper class kind of.
Oh, okay.
And I forget what her name is, but she sang with doesn't matter. But she's another amazing artist. They have a couple different artists in that show.
Dang.
And
It
she
sounds like a
also-
really good production overall.
Yeah, she also sang on the soundtrack for it. So it's so good.
Okay. Best actress. Next, best actor. Let's start at the top. Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory, which I hadn't even heard of.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
It's a foreign film, I guess.
Okay,
A
yeah.
Spanish foreign
Yeah.
film.
Yeah,
Because it was nominated
Yeah.
for
Alfonso?
Best International.
Yeah.
Alfonso Cuarón?
Yes.
He did it?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta. He's amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
So good.
What did he do? He won last year, didn't he?
Best form? Did he?
I think that was 2 years back.
He did
think you're
Roma,
right,
right?
Oh, no, yes, he did. Yeah.
And then he
That's
did.
last year.
He didn't. Did he win 3 years in a row?
He did Roma, and didn't he do The Revenant? Or am I thinking of someone else?
Yeah, I get him and the guy who did Birdman mixed up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had like everything on a computer screen right now so I could look it up. Anyway, we'll keep moving. Pain and Glory. I hadn't even heard of that, so I hadn't even seen it, but I'm really interested to see it now. Especially I haven't seen Antonio Banderas in a long time. Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Adam Driver for Marriage Story. Joaquin Phoenix for Joker, and Jonathan Pryce in The Two Popes. I didn't see The Two Popes.
I didn't either.
Did
That
you
was
see
on
it?
Netflix. I didn't know.
It was a Netflix movie?
Yeah, it's- it's-
oh.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Should have seen it.
You can still see it.
But I saw everything else except Pain and Glory. And Joaquin Phoenix took it.
I assume you
Yeah,
guys love that.
I was so stoked for that.
I walked out of that movie and said, he's going to win Best Actor.
Yeah.
He's won everything up until now, so it's like, yeah, okay.
Which is crazy though, because usually they say if you want, you're not going to win this if you won Best Actor in
Like the Golden Globes?
the Golden Globes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He like swept,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah.
Swept
Yeah.
it.
So like they usually say like if you won Best Actor for that, you're not going to win.
Yeah.
And then his speech that he gave there, they're like, oh, you're for sure not getting it now. And then he does another speech on top of it when he wins.
Sheesh.
But
He's
yeah.
very,
that's-
very intentional with his words.
oh, for sure.
Yeah. It was sweet, though, the Oscars, but the way he ended it, though.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He quoted a lyric from his brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was really sweet.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so I don't think anybody else on that list did better than him. I will say Leonardo was absolutely mind blowing.
Yes.
Acting
no,
like an
I
actor.
Loved him.
That was unbelievable.
That scene in the trailer where he's like yelling at himself and he like
Yes.
looks in the mirror but like is looking at the camera at the same time.
And then when he was like acting and you're in another movie and then he's like line and you're like, what just happened? And then you get sucked back in. That was phenomenal. But I don't think you can beat someone perfecting the Joker role.
Yeah.
The last person who played Joker, well, not the last, second to last person who played the Joker, also won. And he wasn't even there to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when you hit a role so intense, so dramatic, so psychological, and you do it perfectly.
That's so funny that the Joker is a character that like multiple awards have been given.
I know.
Like,
Oh yeah.
It's because I guess the people who have dived in,
oh, that's
they go so deep into the character because you can. Like,
Yeah.
how do you go deep into the two popes besides what he probably did? And he probably did phenomenal.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
I haven't seen
Nobody's
it.
seen that movie.
No.
We'll move on. So, do you think he deserved Best Actor?
I think he did really well, and I think that's the only thing I liked about that movie.
Because you didn't like the movie,
I
but you...
hated the movie.
Okay, and we'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get there. What do
Wait,
you think?
hated the Joker?
Yes.
We're going to get there. I knew this was coming.
Ay, ay, ay.
Is it hot in here? Brady, do you think he should have got Best?
I think so, probably. I mean, I love Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal. Like
He
his
I think he was
character
better
work-
then than The Revenant.
I think so too.
Like, if you compare-
just won because you're like, you did all that stuff.
I know.
You're
You
a
ate
hard guy. You deserve
raw
it.
flesh. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not acting. That's just stunt.
I mean,
Stuntman should have won.
I think he had some really great emotional moments in The Revenant, but
Yeah.
I think in this, it was just even next level.
Yeah, it was.
So I think
If the Joker didn't come out this year,
for sure it would be
Yeah.
him. Based on all the
And
other,
nobody talked about him at all.
who?
Leo. in
I know.
Once Upon a Time. That's
Yeah.
what, like he.
Well, he was overshadowed by Joker, I think. Also overshadowed by Brad Pitt's
Yeah.
assisting role.
yeah.
So it's
Which-
like a bad combination.
Right, which is funny because I was also talking about The Irishman, how
Oh, yes.
both Joe Pesci and Al Pacino get nominated for Best Actor, but Robert De Niro or Best Supporting,
Supporting, yeah.
and Robert De Niro didn't get anything. I'm like,
Robert De Niro barely talked in that movie.
exactly.
know.
That's what everyone
But
says.
his eyes, he
but
did great with his eyes.
They,
His eyes.
Well, his like CGI.
Yes.
His face.
Yes.
yes.
Actually, the CGI was phenomenal.
No, I didn't
know it was there. That's how good it was.
The only way I watched that movie was driving from Houston to Dallas. I just put it on my dashboard.
That's brilliant.
And I was like,
That's
the only way I
hilarious.
can do this.
That's
so
like
funny.
The Green Mile
Yeah.
is the best movie to watch if you're doing defensive driving, because it takes up half the time, and not just that
That
movie
movie's
specifically.
so
That's
sad.
just
funny.
that's what it was. I had never seen it before, and I'm like answering like how to not speed on my computer, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, what's happening to this man? That was a crazy movie. So overall, though, Joker, Joaquin
Yeah,
Phoenix.
that's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine. Can I say something about this?
What best actress?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Best
let's do it.
actress,
What do you
yes.
got?
Best actress. I think that Florence Pugh in Midsummer was like totally snubbed for that.
Oh, for sure,
She did good
for sure.
Like,
She
I loved her
for not
Little
being
Women.
nominated.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying
Oh,
she wasn't nominated. I'm thinking out loud. Sorry.
No, yeah, no, she was great.
she did good for not being nominated.
I was like, okay.
For all the non-noms,
Like-
she did amazing. It's not what it is.
No.
She's the best non-nom.
I
You
thought
think she
did-
got ripped off?
Yeah, I think she did great in Little Women. She's nominated for. Best
She was
Supporting.
amazing in Little Women.
Yeah, the way she played both ages or whatever. But I think in Midsummer, like the grief in that movie was like
Oh my gosh,
it was
I'm
hard- it was
remembering.
hard to
wow.
I
watch.
couldn't handle it.
Oh, for
I
sure.
haven't thought about it in a while.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
her-
Getting chills.
Her grief at the beginning, like the way she cries.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's
it's painful.
Yo,
For sure. Whenever you
I've
hear
got
her,
chills.
she's broken and you can feel it. Oh,
Yeah.
dang, you got those goosebumps.
I got goosies.
Yeah, she does so good.
Dang. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
That-
get out. Let's go.
Yes.
We need to call
that,
someone.
and also, what's her name from Us?
Oh my gosh.
I didn't see Us this
Oh
year.
my
What?
God.
I
She's
know.
only two different characters too.
Don't tell me too much about it because I haven't seen it. I know. That's one of my lists.
She
That's
killed.
literally insane that you haven't seen
I
it.
know.
She did amazing in
I
that.
can't.
Wait, who was in it?
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah.
She got totally snubbed.
Dang.
But that's because it came out like at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, and that's
Nobody really
So on my, I might talk about this later, but I realized it was really hard to rank because I'd see something that I just saw compared to something I saw like earlier in the year, and I was like, wait, do I just love this because I just saw it?
That's what I put on here. Did you see Fighting with My Family?
No, I wanted to.
No,
I
it's so
heard
good, right?
Yeah, I heard
okay.
it. So,
We'll get to that.
great.
We'll get to that too.
Okay.
Well, now that we're talking about best supporting, I kind of want to do those real quick.
Okay.
We won't talk about director because we'll talk about the movies themselves. Best supporting actress was Kathy Bates in Richard Jewell. I don't know what that movie is.
It's a Clint Eastwood movie.
Oh, I totally missed it.
So Richard Jewell is a security guard that was at I think it was...
Is it a true story?
Yes.
Okay, I do know what it is.
I don't know if it was a presidential election or for a some type of nomination type thing during a speech, and he finds a bomb, and they're interrogating him, saying like, "Did you?
Oh yes, yep.
Did you do this bomb?" And they kind of force him to kind of.
Who was the lead?
He is. What's his name? Did you see Tanya? Tanya?
No, but
Yes.
yeah.
The friend, like what is it? The goofy looking friend of her boyfriend or husband.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know who he looks
I cannot
like.
remember his name.
So he was.
And
the
also,
lead. Okay.
John Hamm is like the supporting in that kind of thing. And
Okay, so Kathy Bates and Richard Jewell, Laura Dern in Marriage Story.
She was
Hashtag
great.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic.
Scarlett Johansson in Jojo Rabbit, which is awesome that she got nominated for 2 roles, 2 different
I like
movies.
her way better than Jojo Rabbit.
Really? She's really good. She's better than I remember.
you-
When she's Scarlet
you
Witch,
need-
I'm like, or not Scarlet Witch, Black Widow, I'm like,
Okay.
you're alright. I like these movies,
Good job.
but
That's
when she
fine.
you
really
need
acts,
to see Jojo Rabbit.
I know, guys, I got it.
She's
That one Best Adopted. I'm so happy for
Yeah.
Jacob.
From and didn't Taika do it?
Yeah.
Taika
Yeah.
Waititi.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's in it, right?
Yeah,
He's
in it.
Hitler.
He adopted it.
He's Hitler!
And directed it.
What a beast! That dude
Yeah, that
is.
dude
He
is
did his
insane.
acceptance speech. Did you see?
I missed it.
Shout out all the indigenous kids.
Oh, I did see it.
Yeah.
I did see it. He's incredible. He
Those-
his first performance I saw as Krog. Wasn't it Krog?
yes.
Korg.
Korg.
Krog. What is Krog?
Oh man.
It doesn't matter. Scarlett Johansson, Jojo Rabbit, Florence Pugh in Little
Yeah.
Women,
Yes.
and Margot Robbie in Bombshell.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see Bombshell. Didn't see Jojo. Didn't see Richard.
And
Laura Dern did do amazing in
Laura
Marriage
Dern
Story.
won. She
Yeah.
was so good.
So I read that in Marriage Story, the director got a specific celebrity lawyer, divorce lawyer, and interviewed them and asked them what kind of, in this kind of situation that they wrote the story around, what evidence would you bring? And they based her character off this lady.
It's Laura Dern. It was Laura Dern's.
Yes, they've used her. They've all
Yeah.
used her,
Yeah.
actually,
Her
which is really
like
sad.
her
Scarlett Johansson was
yeah.
like in a
That's
divorce during the movie, or right after.
Laura Dern was.
Laura Dern, that's
Yeah,
what it was,
yeah, yeah.
which is sad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have enough information to compare. My favorite character in Little Women was
Laura Dern.
no.
Oh, just kidding.
Oh, she was in that too. My goodness, Lawrence was Florence Pugh.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Amanda, right? Wasn't that her character? Amanda, Amy. I couldn't remember. That's the first time I've ever seen or read or anything Little Women. I
I
know.
grew up.
Yeah.
My mom loves
It's a phenomenal story.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
So that's why it was like sentimental.
I've
to
seen
me.
an
Yeah.
old
It was
production
great.
of Little Women.
Yeah.
But
And there's
I've heard the
one
old one's really
with
good.
Winona
Yes.
Ryder and
Yes.
Kristen Bale.
yeah.
Caitlin said, my wife said, she liked that one more than this one
Okay.
because they took a different take on some of the
There's, like,
scenes
feminist elements in, like,
in this
in
one,
the new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
Because, I
is
mean, it's a very
a sign
old-
of the times.
Yeah, old-fashioned story.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is cool.
For sure.
I loved it though. I really enjoyed it. I loved Florence Pugh in it. Okay, best supporting actor because I want to get to the other stuff. Best supporting actor, Tom Hanks in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Didn't see it.
Didn't see either.
I really
that
want to
is-
see it.
That is one of my biggest, like, I didn't see it. I'm mad
Same.
about it.
Let's all go see it tonight.
I don't know if it's still out, but we'll,
should
we'll
be.
find it.
I went to go see it and they're like, it's sold out. I was like, I'll go see Jumanji instead then. So I saw Jumanji.
Jumanji was alright.
Oh,
Jumanji
yeah.
didn't get nominated for
No.
anything,
So
but
much fun watching Jumanji.
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins in The Two Popes. I didn't see The Two Popes, but the scenes I saw him in, I was like, whoa,
Their dynamic, from what I understand, is
Yeah.
amazing between the two of them.
sounds amazing. Al Pacino, The Irishman. Joe Pesci, The Irishman, like you mentioned, and then Brad Pitt, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Who won?
Brad Pitt won,
Of course. I mean,
and
Of course.
I think Brad Pitt did phenomenal. I loved that movie. I don't think he maybe should have won Best,
I think they always show his scene at the end where he's high.
and he did really good.
And that's like the scene where they're like, okay, that
That was really
that guy
good.
can be high.
Okay, here's another thought. I normally wouldn't say I normally wouldn't watch a comedy and say this has the best acting in it because of the nature of it.
Yeah.
Whereas Joker, something dark and cerebral,
Right.
I go that direction. So if I'm trying to be unbiased and it being a comedy or having very comedic elements, like maybe it was really he did get it rightfully.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's so much controversy right now talking about comedies being nominated.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
they're like a joke.
in the Academy, like they don't consider comedy like.
That's
I
so
was gonna say
lame.
that. I was gonna say, yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that is one good argument about that is the fact that they say it's easier to be funny and to be because it's a lot of the writing that is and timing that causes it, not so much like you need to portray something like Joaquin Phoenix did
that's
to show
hard.
the plight
That's
in your
interesting.
character. Yeah, but with him, I think he did such a good job because he doesn't really do comedy. He doesn't really do
Right. Not often.
funny roles or anything. He did Burn After Reading, which was he's hilarious
Oh.
and weird in.
One of my all-time favorite movies ever.
for sure.
Tori, you've never seen it.
Oh my god!
I could tell by the look on your face. Please tell me you go watch that movie.
Okay.
Do you like
You
dark
need to.
comedies?
Yes.
It is it might be the best
Oh.
dark comedy I've ever seen.
That and like Punch Drunk Love is another great.
That movie
She's writing it down. She's writing it down.
Have you seen Punch Drunk Love?
Yes.
Okay.
Very different.
Oh, very different, but it's another dark comedy.
Yeah.
thing.
Burn After Reading is a
Yeah.
what are their
What's
names?
Coen Brothers?
Yes,
Yes.
it's a Coen Brothers movie. So
way.
if that gives you
I love
enough
the Coen
information,
Brothers.
I know. So you're gonna love it.
Okay, great.
Okay, we'll move on past that. Best animated, Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
That was probably Klaus was a close second.
See,
for
I
me.
didn't see Klaus. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, dude, it's good.
I've heard
It's
it.
surprisingly good. Both you didn't see
I
it.
didn't see like hardly any of these.
Yeah, I know.
I
I'm
didn't
kinda-
see a bunch of them, but Klaus.
How to Train Your Dragon
I saw that one.
World.
The Hidden World, the Hidden
that's
World.
part
It's
of it.
a-
I was like, World.
He's
That's
reading my
called.
phone.
I Lost My Body is on Netflix right now too. And
Oh, okay.
Alex
That
said it's really
an
good.
I need to look
anime one. Is it the
Toy Story 4 is
Okay.
very high up on my actual list, though, but we'll
Yeah.
get to that.